This is the new Rack Pack Grunt call that'll come in your membership packet. Here is Logan and Hunter to teach you how to use it.
Today I'm going to talk to you about calling in an unseen buck with a grunt call. The first thing you need to know is that when you're calling in a deer, call about 3 or 4 times within a 20 to 30 minute period. You definitely don't want to overcall. Most deer will approach your location from a downwind. Like humans, deer have an individual voice. I'm going to use my new QD-made grunt call as an aggressive buck.
Logan already explained how you use a grunt call when you do not see a deer. But once you actually spot a buck, how should you use your grunt call? Once you spot your buck, you need to look at the body language and also the age of the buck. If your buck's a young buck, you don't need to be as aggressive as you would on a more mature buck. It could scare him off and he could go to the next county. So, when you see a young buck, use your grunt call and don't have it all the way out at a mature buck, but use more of an immature buck and you might have more success. But if you see a mature buck, then you just need to go for broke. You need to give it all you've got and be very aggressive with it, and then also, but at the same time, look at the body language. If the buck is kind of timid or if he's very into your calling, base your calling technique off of that. So every buck is different. You never know what's going to work and what's not going to work, but that's some of the tips that you can use to be more successful on a buck based on age class. You can also use your grunt call to stop a deer if he's leaving. So if you see a buck out at 50 or 60 yards and that buck decides he's going to walk away and he's not going to come into your calling anymore, you can use your grunt call more aggressively to stop the buck. You can try to use a young buck sound. You can do a lot of things just to get that buck to stop and maybe present you with an ethical and clean shot that you could take. So next time you're in the woods, just think about that. If a buck's walking away, you might not have another chance. To get your new Rack Pack grunt call today, make sure to join the Rack Pack at www.qdma.com. And also always remember that every buck has a different voice, and so no matter if you are a 9-year-old or a 14 or 15-year-old that knows how to grunt call, you can't really make a mistake. Just have fun with it, go out there and enjoy the hunt, and remember that QDMA is promoting better deer hunting for the future generations, and the Rack Pack is one way that we can do this.